vlog. This will be February part 2, second edition, whatever you want to call it, the second half of February. If you want to check out the first half, go to my previous vlogs, and I have been vlogging every about twice a month for maybe since March I started the vlogs, and then January 2021 I started the podcast. So there's over a year of podcasts. If you want to check them out, please excuse my video quality. I think I've been trying to figure it out and getting a little better, hopefully, along the way, and I am still in development, so always let me know on how I can improve or what you would think you would like to see more of. Anyway, my name is Emily, if I didn't already say that. I live in Orlando, Florida. My kitty Moonlight is right next to us, so she may make an appearance here, and thank you so much for being here. So if you watched my last vlog, you'll know that my parents were visiting, and I made them a couple of gifts, which were a success, and they even fit them in their suitcases to bring home. So my dad got a blanket, my mom a crochet scrappy blanket, my mom got a sweater. You can check out the past videos for all the info, or my Ravelry page if you want to see that. So yeah, they just left today. There wasn't a lot of footage or a lot of really fun things that we did so much. Like, we just explored a few small towns. Not if you even care, this is a knitting podcast, but it was like 40s and 50s, so, or no, it was probably 50s and 60s. So for them from the Midwest, it was nice weather, of course, but it wasn't really like traditional Florida beach pool weather. Anyway, it was still awesome to see them, and we got to spend a few good solid days together, and they'll be back around Easter time. I do have a few things to show you now, and then of course you'll just see my making process throughout the next couple of months, or not months, next couple of weeks before I publish this. Now if you watched my last vlog, you'll know I was working on a hat, and I finished it the other day. This is the In Transit hat. I'll have to insert the name of the designer because I don't remember, but it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I just think it's so cute. I was calling it my mint chocolate chip hat, but this is more blue than really a green minty color, but whatever, I think it's still a fun name. She does tell you to go up half of a needle size for the color work, so I did do that, and I think it turned out really well. So yeah, and then I've already showed you these before, but I've been making hats. Okay, again, if you're a frequent viewer, this is just gonna be repetitive for you, but I've been making hats just kind of on my lunch break for a small project, and also trying to use up yarn that I have at my house. And so these are some of the hats that I've made in the last 6 weeks, probably just since January, really, most of the time. Since the beginning of the year, I should say. But yeah, I meant to for my dad. I showed them to my dad, and he was like, oh, he likes these two, and I wanted him to take them home, because while I enjoy making hats, I like the process, I like having something to do, I like practicing my color work, like with these two. I don't wear them very often here, so I wanted to give them to him, or even for them to bring home to donate somewhere, but I'll have to donate them somewhere else or just mail them to them. Anyway, so that is my first finished object for this video. That is the In Transit hat, and it's super cute. I might just put it on and see if it'll ruin my hair too much. Again, I have a ponytail in, but yeah, I think it's really cute. So I'm a fan. I am definitely a fan. I like this pattern. It's very well written, and I would totally make it again if I wanted to make another hat. Yeah, what else was I going to share with you? So I was going to tell you just about my parents' trip here, which I already did, so there wasn't a whole ton to share. It was mostly just hanging out. Oh, so this, also you've probably heard me chat, but I actually finally started my sister's cardigan. So she wants the Homecoming Cardigan by Shay Johnson, but she is vegan. So this is cotton yarn. This, I was unsure about the swatch, and I'm just going for it with the called for needle size because my swatch didn't meet gauge. So I went down half a needle size, and then I tried even smaller needle sizes. None of them met gauge. They were all too tight. So I'm just going with the called for needle. This is just the bottom. So it's knit from the bottom up, all in one piece. And there's the bottom, if you can see it. So I am using, again, I showed you this before. She purchased this all from Lovecraft. She purchased the yarn. This is Paintbox Recycled Cotton. It's a worsted weight. And then this is the contrast color, and it is over here, Alessia by Lana Gross. It's a cotton polyester, cotton, recycled polyester, and polyester blend. So that's where I'm at. I have to switch needle sizes and at this point and go into the pattern of the body. If you give me a second. So this, it's kind of nice. I enjoy those colder days because I get to wear my handmade sweaters. This is my homecoming cardigan. So this is knit with Malabrigo, but this is the pattern. So here, I'll just show you back. So it's all this stitch. And yeah, so that's mine, which highly recommend the Malabrigo. Highly recommend. Love, love, love it. So yeah, so I'm just making this same exact size, same pattern for my sister with this green cotton yarn. She wants it like a fun letter jacket. And what's kind of fun about this, at least for me, this green, I'm not really a green person, so this definitely wouldn't be a color I'd knit for myself, but it's fun to see how it comes along and make it for someone else. So that, again, I've got it in this bag for now, and I guess I'll bring it around with me until it gets too big to do that. Because I do like to have to carry a project, like I was saying about the hats. That's why I like the hats, but I'll probably just move on to that until it gets too large to tote around. Right now, it's my day off, and this isn't knitting related, but I'm just going to share it anyway. I'm going to work on it's called Storyworth. It's a book that we're going to order. So we purchased this as a gift for my grandma for Christmas, me and my siblings, in December 2020. So then all of 2021, she was just sent in her email one question a week and answered it. So I've been working on putting that together so that you can actually order a physical copy of the book and have it all together. We're going to add pictures. It's going to be awesome. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to just get working on that today. It's kind of anyway, so yeah, that is what I'm going to work on. I just wanted to say it's a great gift, especially a last minute gift if you don't have an idea for someone. I know Christmas is over, but for any birthdays or Mother's Day, Father's Day you've got coming up, I definitely highly recommend Storyworth. Okay, so let's get back to the knitting. There's nothing now, but you'll see tons of clips on whatever I'm making in the next few weeks. Again, thank you for being here. And happy making. Okay, I did this in my last video too, but I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing. So I am wearing a handmade top. It is a worsted weight v-neck. Obviously, it's pretty simple. It was free on Ravelry. It's like, I'll have to put it on screen, but it's simple top-down v-neck raglan. It's very straightforward, the name. And then this is Explorer Knits and Fibers Great Barrier Reef National Park colorway from a few years back. So I don't think it's available. It's not available anymore. It was a club, but just beautiful. And then this is a mustard Super Trooper wool from Wool and the Gang. So I recommend the pattern. And I definitely could see myself making more of these with just more worsted yarn I have sitting around. That's it. Hello, hello! Spending my last few minutes outside before I head in for the evening, but I wanted to check in because I haven't done a video in a few days, and that's because I've done literally about 2 rows of my sister's cardigan, so not much progress has been made knitting or fiber-wise. I've been just making that Storyworth book for my grandma that I talked about a few minutes ago. But I finished a book! So I stayed up way, way too late last night finishing this. It's called Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Highly recommend. I highly recommend. I found it through BookTube. So just like, knitting YouTube, there's book YouTube, tons of book influencers that recommend books and whatnot. And historical fiction is one of my favorite genres. So I looked up some historical fiction recommendations, and this book was on 2 different lists. So I wanted to start there. It is based in 1829 Iceland, and oh my gosh, the writing is phenomenal. Every time I picked up the book, I was just transported to the 1820s Iceland. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So the premise of the book is based on Agnes, and so the author will later call it, in like her notes, a speculative biography. So in 1820s Iceland, there is some court records, but not a lot of records. So the author did her own years and years of research, and this is her speculation about what occurred when this crime was committed. So Agnes is the last person to be executed in Iceland. And the book, you know how it ends, but it takes you through her life, her story, her connection to other characters. Oh, so good, honestly, so good. So I definitely recommend it if historical fiction is your genre as well. But I do say, like, now I need a lighthearted book to read because it is just like heart-wrenching. It is. I cried, to be honest with you. It makes you feel so many things, and it's just so good. So I highly recommend. I also want to read another book by the author, but it's another, I think, like Murder in Iceland, and I just don't have the emotional capacity for that in my heart right now, so I need to give it a few more lighthearted books, and then I can try it out. But anyway, I wanted to recommend that, and just say hello. Not a lot of time, but I just got a package in the mail, so I want to open it. And I guess it's a mystery, so I was like, oh, I'll open it in front of you. But I'll just preface it real quick. It is fiber. I did really enjoy spinning. If you saw myself a couple videos ago, I got a drop spindle for Christmas. So that was at Pancake and Lulu. Learn to spin. Here's Moonlight. Learn to spin drop spindle kit. I loved it. I had a really great time. So I was like, I'm going to get Pancake and Lulu's 3-month fiber club. I purchased it in January, which meant it wasn't going to come till February, March, and April. So I was like, no, don't want to wait that long. I need some January fiber because I finished the Christmas yarn pretty fast. Christmas fiber pretty fast. Sorry, I'm talking really fast because I don't have a lot of time and I'm excited. So I signed up for Melanated Boho Bay's newsletter because she has gorgeous fiber, and she was having a sale on her sale, I believe it was. So I was like, it's meant to be. So I almost got several, but I was good. I only got one. Just trying to not go too excessive because that's my problem in the past, buying too much yarn, I can't use it. So this is what I purchased. Oh, Moonlight, this is not playtime. So this is what I purchased. This is half of it. I am actually attempting to fractal spin it, but she's cute. Do you see her? So it's completely ripped in half right now, long ways, if that makes sense. And I'm not an expert on what fractal spinning means. I did find an article that finally kind of explained it to me. The reason I'm attempting to fractal spin this is because when I look at different kinds of spun fiber, the fractal is what I'm most drawn to, and I think I've always been drawn to. I just didn't know the name of it. So I'm started spinning it. This is obviously I'm in a pink and purple blue phase, but I've already got some yellow, some pink in there. This is what I have left. So I'm here, and I've got this much left, I believe, of this half. And then I have to look back on the article, and you divide this a certain way and then ply it together to get the fractal effect. But I just wanted to show you that is kind of what I started, but I've taken a break because, like I mentioned, I haven't really been doing anything fibery for a few days, or actually a week or so. But this was what I was working on. So I'm loving this. So beautiful. And I'll have to put this back in the bag, but Moonlight just sat on the bag. So I'm in the middle of this spin, and I thought, oh, well, I'll do this in January and beginning of February until the Pancake and Lulu fiber comes. Little did I know, I would get distracted with other things, and of course now it's here and I'm not done with that spin. But this is, again, a mystery to me. I chose she has two options, like a solid color and then a speckle multicolor option, I believe, if I remember right. I almost chose, or you can get a combo of the two. I almost chose the combo, but I was like, no. Speckles and multicolor have my heart, so I need to go with that. So I literally just ran and picked this up from the mailroom because it's about to close. So, again. All right, it's open. Ooh, it's like some green and blue. Okay. Okay, so February Apply Club has got a sticker on it. The other side says, welcome to the club. This is called Love Bug 2022 February Club. Extra fine American Merino wool roving, 4 ounces, 100% American Merino wool. Fiber count, staple length, 3 to 4 inches. Felting excellent. Care hand wash, air dry. All our fiber is always ethically sourced. Okay, that's cool because my spin kit, I don't remember it having like, I copied and pasted what it said on the description of in the website to my Ravelry page, so I always have what it is, but I don't believe it had a sticker with these details, so I really like this. And now I'm just gonna open it. That's cute, Love Bug, that's a fun name. Okay, I know crinkling gets people, but... And what did it say, 4 ounces? That's kind of a lot, right? I think this one is 3 ounces. Yeah, this is 4. If I remember right, 3 ounces is about 100 grams. Oh, and it comes with tea. A heartwarming touch of rose, chamomile, and lavender. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Or 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. I've got a few minutes. Okay, this is some pretty dark colors. But that's fun. That's not our normal vibe. Okay. So look at all that, like, moody dark. Then, yeah, more like moody. Focusing on my face or focusing on the fiber? And then it's really just, there's a little bit of bright and some teal. All right, I would call this, though, pretty moody. And again, this is a lot of purple. This is a lot of purple in this other spin. Not usually, I mean, I call myself a red coral pinky lover. More like red, a coral, like a pink orange is my personal favorite, but I'm realizing I have a lot of purple. Purple pajama pants I always wear, purple fun fluffy socks, purple tank top that I made. I've got quite a bit of purple. But anyway, yeah, okay, that's fun. I wouldn't really expect this for a fiber called Love Bug, but it's cute. And it's definitely not my normal vibe, so fun. All right. Okay, so this is month 1. I only got the 3-month club because I didn't know if I would actually keep spinning. So I was like, let me just get the 3-month, but this was fun to get a club. So maybe I'll do it again. I would love to get a yarn club one day. It's just, I need to actually get, okay, so here's an aside, not about the fiber. I said in my 2021-2022 preview, look ahead, whatever video, that I don't really make goals. And that's true. I don't really make knitting goals. Knitting is my hobby. I don't want to put pressure on myself. But at the same time, I've decided, I think, and again, I'm not holding myself like absolutely to it, but for now, I'm going along with it. I want to decrease my stash considerably because I still have like a good amount of acrylic yarn, and in a couple of videos ago, probably like November or maybe early December, I showed my stash. And I have one bag. It's like a bag, and I got it for Christmas, and it says EB Knits on it, embroidered, and that bag is like my favorite yarn and some of my favorite tools. So that, I want to have that like my yarn stash for future. Like if I can keep my yarn stash condensed in that bag, that's what I would prefer. Then I still have some acrylic. I want to just use that, get those boxes out of the house and out of the way. And then I have some super bulky wool that I thought I bought 2020, and those weren't gonna be for what I hoped would be for winter garments and winter hats and scarves and accessories that people would purchase, but they weren't as popular as I was hoping, so that's kind of just sitting there. So I want to get that down as well, because that takes up a lot of room, given it's a lot of super bulky yarn. So if I can get the acrylic and the super bulky down, I will feel really good about myself. So that is going to be, I think, my goal for at least the first half of 2022 here. So then obviously I'm making my sister's sweater. So I don't know when I'm going to have the time, probably after her sweater, to actually do that. And I've got more fiber coming in. It's going to take up more room, but I don't know. It's fun to get the fiber. It's new to me, and trying to be better about buying in limited quantities. So, all right, that is everything on my fiber, my stash, my potentially new goal, and yeah, that's all I wanted to share. So I'm in downtown Orlando today, just kind of walking around right now. I don't know how long I'll be down here, but I am wearing my Shelly summer top. I'm definitely going to check out the library. There's something going on at City Hall, so I'm going to walk by there. And I'll probably knit by the lake a little bit, or river they have. Pond? Lake?
Destroy our society, making it a darker place for the most vulnerable among us. To that we say no. No. No to don't say gay. No to anti-CRT legislation. No to the criminalization of our immigrants.
It's the second to last day of February, so I'm going to wrap up this video and post this, edit it tonight, and hopefully have it posted for tomorrow on the 28th, the final day of the month. So yeah. First, let's just address the weather real quick. And at the beginning of this video, I was just looking back. I was talking about how it was 50s. My parents were here. It wasn't that warm. It is now 80s. It's officially hot. I was outside all day yesterday. Well, I was outside for several hours yesterday. And then I went inside because I was afraid of getting sunburned because I didn't bring a hat or extra sunscreen. So, yeah, apparently end of February is the time for it to get really warm here. I am wearing a knit top. This is the Easy Teasy tank, and it's a really nice tank. It has a little bit of a different construction than normal, and it is knit in Lion Brand Shrubu. It's a bamboo yarn, I believe. And it's nice to just throw on, and yeah, it's nice to just throw on. Simple as that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a little bit what I did yesterday, and this is supposed to be a knitting channel, right? But this is also my channel. And I'm just going to say that I actually didn't know about this. This is not my intention. But when I went downtown yesterday, there was a rally at City Hall. And again, I don't know where I've been. So I'm a Florida resident at this point. And I'm just going to, again, get political here. And it's my channel. It's what I want to say. So I have been ashamed to be a Florida resident because of the governor and the laws and the lack of COVID policies, the anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, the anti-LGBTQ and anti-race or anti-diversity sentiments, the Stop Woke Act, the Don't Say Gay bill. Like, 100% disagree with these things. Just to make that clear. So, there was a rally yesterday, and it was mainly in regards to the Don't Say Gay bill that recently passed the Florida House, which basically says you cannot talk about LGBTQ, you cannot talk about sexual orientation or gender identity from kindergarten through third grade or at any age deemed appropriate in school. So that leaves a lot of room for interpretation, right? So anyway, yeah, so you can't, anyway. I don't know how much I'm going to keep this in, but it's just very infuriating that this exists. And these bills, like the 15-week abortion bill that passed the House in Florida, the Stop Woke Act that passed the House and probably passed the Senate. All of these are expected to pass the Senate. If they did, maybe already, I might just be out of the loop, but, and then the governor's supposed to sign them. And you know, this is all like just so infuriating. And especially for me as a cis white woman, none of these bills or things directly affect me personally. But like being there yesterday with, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have friends, I have family who are both non-white and LGBTQ. So, but also like being in this space with so many people who are just literally fighting to just be who they are, it's just sickening. Why do you have to do that? Like, why do you have to be so judgmental and fight against allowing humans just to live their lives? It's infuriating to me. And as someone who has a lot of privilege, I want to try and use that privilege as much as I can. So anyway, I was at this rally. It was very eye-opening. It was very like sad. It was very emotional to be there again, just because this don't affect me directly, but hundreds of people are here and these bills and laws affect them directly, and it's just, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be happening. So there's my rant. If you don't agree, I don't care, to be honest. And yeah, that's it. So I don't know how political we want to get on this channel. I want to get on this channel. My boyfriend and I are talking about starting another channel. We talk about issues like this that are important to us, and also becoming more involved in the community and rallies and protests and things. Because I guess also something yesterday, I said, as a Florida resident, I am ashamed of the bills and laws that are in place in this state. However, and so then I thought, oh, I want to leave. I want to go somewhere more progressive. However, not everyone can leave and go somewhere more progressive. So it is worth staying and fighting for however long I'm here for the people that are here, because they deserve to be fought for too. So, yeah. And then I guess we'll mention the other huge political conflict right now, Ukraine and Russia. Freaking insane. I just stand with Ukraine and support them, and it's disgusting. So the atrocities that are happening, and there's atrocities all over the world too that are not being talked about, and that's a tragedy too. So okay, my political rant I think is over for now. I wanted to talk about my day yesterday. So yes, I went downtown. I did go to the Orlando Library, which is a really nice library. If you're into like books or you live around here or anything, I would definitely check it out. It's 5 stories, well 4 stories open to the public, and it has a ton of resources. So I would definitely check it out. It does look like this lamp is coming out of my head, but that's okay. All right, let's get into some knitting. So first, I'm going to show you my sister's sweater. It's the only thing I have actually been knitting on, and that has not even really happened. So there's not much progress made. I am literally 2 rows into the stitch pattern. This is where I'm at. So this is like the bottom. There's no ribbing. It's just a garter stitch on the bottom. And then this is the body, but literally 2 rows in, so you can't see it. This is the right side. You were just looking at the wrong side. But yeah, so this is my sister's cardigan, the Homecoming Cardi by Shay Johnson. I've talked about it before, and I just really haven't been knitting too much. I've been really busy. Talked about my grandma's story worth enough. I think I've finished editing that and adding pictures. I'm going to do another read through, and my mom's checking it out, and then hopefully we can order it, and that will be, I think, a really great thing to have, just about her life and her interests. And I did add a bunch of our own anecdotes so that we had those. Yeah, okay, next thing is spinning. So I showed you this already. Sorry for crinkling. I showed you this. This is the Melanated Boho Bay fiber that I have. And she had another update this morning. It'll probably be sold out by the time this goes up tomorrow, but she did have an update this weekend. And I didn't buy anything, but it was really pretty. I did look at it. Okay, so I told you I was trying to fractal spin this. So I started from here. So this was literally just like I just tore it in half. So I started from the blue and I ended with this yellow on the bottom here. So that's what this is. I mean, it's not a very good representation because you know, all the colors are behind it, but it's not focusing. I don't know, I'm just gonna focus, but anyway, so I mean, it's not a good representation because there's all kinds of colors in here, and this is really just showing you pink and yellow and a little bit of purpley pink peeking through. So this is 1/2. It is done. I'm gonna now wind it into a ball on my handy dandy toilet paper roll. And then I'm going to do this half. So, not an expert, but the way fractal spinning works, from an article, now I'm out of focus. I had trouble understanding it for a little while, but then I did find an article that explained it to me. So, what you do, and I will put the article in the description because I thought it had a lot of good information. So, I already tore it in half this way before, and I spun that whole half. And really it says like, oh, spin it, but don't tear it or anything. And as a new spinner, I mean, of course, I accidentally tore it in some parts. But whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of spinning, right? So now you divide this remaining half into several parts, and it can be, they said, as many parts as you want. It'll just give you different effects. So I don't know, I might do 4. It's really easy to rip this fiber in half, which is nice. It'll be easier to spin also, I think. So yeah, I probably won't go thinner than this, but we'll see. And I do know that I took a picture of this before I even started, and it is saved so that I do know like where I started and what the end is and just how it looks like whole if I ever need to reference that. Okay, so the next step after, okay, so I'm just going to divide this, like I said, into just going to be 4. I don't know if you care. No one asked for a fractal spinning. So fractal spinning is the method I have heard that Spin Cycle uses. And when I look at hand spun yarn and I see what I think looks nicest to me, I found out that most of it is fractal spun. So that is why I'm trying with this. Fractal spinning, again, from what I understand, works best with long strips of color. So I think this is perfect for that because there is long strips of varying color, and they can be repeats of color, non-repeats, or a mirror. So this is just non-repetitive, I think, right? Oh, I guess it is repetitive. Whatever. Okay, so now what you do, so I have these divided into quarters, 4. I'm going to spin this whole quarter, I think. And then I'm going to end and spin this whole quarter and keep going. So it's all on one bobbin and just spin them consecutively like that. And then the article does tell you more info on, it even gives you like examples of if you spin it this way versus that way, this is how it'll look versus that. And it shows you knit up in samples. And then you just double ply it with this that I already have spun. And it's supposed to give you like a cool effect. So some colors are the same, but some colors are applied on each other differently. So if I do it remotely right, it'll look cool. But I'm sure it'll look cool no matter what because hand spun yarn looks cool. All right. So I don't know if I made any sense, but I'm going to link that article that made sense to me and hopefully makes sense to you if you care about fractal spinning at all. yeah, so I mainly, honestly, when I am working on things, I'm knitting and fiber-wise, it's spinning this yarn because I just think it's so pretty, and I want to figure out this fractal spin deal. So that's what I've been working on. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. I know 15 minutes ago when I started this conversation, I was not talking knitting, and I was talking about politics, and I know that can get divided. And I don't know what to say, because everyone has a right to their opinion. But frankly, I just don't see what's controversial about. I just don't see why anyone would. Just because it makes some white people uncomfortable, that's it. These bills are in place because the people that aren't like them make white people uncomfortable. Is how I see it. So anyway, I think that's it. I'm very passionate about this, obviously. And maybe this isn't the place for it. But again, this is me, this is my channel, and this is what I want to share and talk about. So maybe there'll be a whole nother channel with my boyfriend soon, and we'll have our own talks there, and it doesn't really matter though. This is, again, what I want to say. So, alright, I'm wrapping it up before I repeat myself 10 more times. So, thank you for being here. I am still not really on social media outside of YouTube. So you can email me if you need to contact me for any reason, or leave a comment on YouTube here. But Instagram, Facebook, I have not been on since about December of 2021, and it is the best feeling ever. So I'm going to keep doing that for me, staying off of it, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Have a wonderful couple of weeks.